I call Sir William CO, 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I realise that I stand between dinner as well as David Shearer's valedictory speech, so I'll come right to the point. The Labour Party supports this bill to first reading. Secondly, sir, I'm reminded of a saying by my elders, e leo le fale a le fale, meaning, sir, the house is not the only thing that's important here. What's more important is what we use the house for families, to keep them warm, to keep them safe, to give children a sense of confidence, a sense of stability, to keep children off the streets so that they have a home that they can call their own. That's the first thing. Second thing is, sir, if this government continues to deny that we have a housing crisis, we're not going to solve the problem long term. We're not going to solve the problem long term. See, the numbers that they've thrown up, 20% social housing, 20% affordable housing, meaning 60% are commercial housing, does not add up. We've got 42,000 approximately people living in homelessness situation, in cars and garages that we need to take off the street into homes. Those numbers don't fit. The number of about 1,500 overall does not comply with what the financial institutions are saying. That is, Auckland requires 13,000 houses built now. Third point, sir, I want to make is the fact that Ngāti Paua has come on board. They are building these houses, obviously. They have a social conscience. But this government does not have a social conscience. It needs to recognise, firstly, that we have a housing crisis and recognise we're not just going to build boxes, we need to build communities. Give a sense of confidence to those families. The final part, sir, is I heard the Minister say that affordable housing was in the vicinity of $650,000. Come off it, Mr. Speaker. How can $650,000 be affordable housing? Not at the rates of pay that this government has created for the majority of working class people up and down this country. So they've got to do better. They've got to do better, sir. I'm glad it has been the Labour opposition, I take it back, it has been the general opposition of this House that has held this government to account and have forced them to do something about this housing crisis. But they don't believe that there is a housing crisis. So they still meddle around with the numbers until they adopt policy that this Labour Party has put up of 10,000 houses a year for the next 10 years. They will never solve this problem, sir. And so, whilst we support this bill to the Select Committee, we need this to keep challenging this government about doing far better. The final point I want to make, sir, is this land was reserved years ago as reserve land for the wider community. The money that they make on this, I've heard the local board, I've heard the Mayor of Auckland say, ought to go back into building other facilities that will help support a strong, capable community in the Point England in terms of going forward. So it's not just about building houses, it's about recognising what this is for. Strong, healthy, safe families, and that's what the Labour Party is about.